All right, we get praise, esteem, and honor to the living Alahym. In the name of Yahushua HaMashiach this day.
Come here, baby Steve.
We're going to pick this up in John chapter 5, verse 39. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life. And there they will testify me. And you will not come that you might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that you have not the love of Alahym in you. I come in my Abba's name, you receive me not. If another shall come in his own name, him you will receive. How can you believe which receive honor one from another, and not the honor that comes from Alahym only? Do not think that I will accuse you to Abba. There's one that accused you, even Moses, to whom you trust. Had you believed Moses, you would have believed me, for he wrote of me. But if you believe not his writings, how should you believe my words? Esteem and praise the Abba and Shamahim in the name of Yahushua Shalom, Yashamayim. Let's get Ecclesiastes 3:1, get a show on the road. To every a season and time, to every purpose under Shamayim, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up, plant it. A time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, a time to build up. A time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get, a time to lose, a time to keep, a time to cast away. A time to rend, a time to sow, a time to keep silence, a time to speak. A time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, a time of shalom. What profit have he that worketh therein where he labors? I have seen the travail which Alahym exercised to the sons of Adam to be exercised in it. He has made every beautiful in his time. He has set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that I make from the beginning to the end. I know that no good in them, but for to rejoice and to do good in his life. And also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor, it, the gift of Alahym. I know that whatsoever Alahym do, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And Alahym do, that should fear before him. That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and Alahym requires that which is past. So, verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate. Tell them what love and hate is here, sir.
Love is a hob.
Love is a hob, which y'all already knew that.
And hate is salnate. That's to hate, to be hateful.
To be hateful. God bless Brother Langford. So now we're dealing with a time to love and a time to hate. Now, I'm going to ask y'all this question. Matter of fact, let me back it up. The something that we talked about on day one. You know what I'm saying? Ezekiel 16. Give me verse 3. Shoot, some people like to back it up. I'm talking about back up in time. I ain't say nothing about the books. I said Ezekiel 16 and 3 something.
Brother, we caught you.
You ain't catch me with nothing. Y'all had glutes on that. You think about spinsters?
Think about juvenile.
Well, if that was happening, then Michael was gonna start dancing in here, talking about it was the 99 and the 2000. Look at y'all. It wasn't y'all's either. You niggas was 7 years old. Get the hell out of here. That song dropped. You niggas was in elementary school. So y'all niggas was in elementary school backing it up, dropping it like it's hot. That means all y'all parents need to get whooped. But I mean, y'all niggas was in elementary school. I was a grown man. That's unfortunate. But y'all talking about y'all era. How's that y'all era? Y'all weren't even coming to age. You niggas ain't even hit puberty. The song came out in 1998. That was 25 years ago. Definitely was. Because you was not right. We ride around playing 400 degrees. You niggas was in the sandbox. You didn't buy it. Shalom, Mother Sharon. Y'all winning on the next one. Yeah, but I mean, you can't say that's your era. They just playing it. That's like saying Hard Knock Life was your era. Nobody liked that record like that.
You're not about to change the subject. You said let me back.
Again, y'all niggas got sphincters on your brain. You know what I'm talking about? I definitely said back to day one, you thinking about sphincters. You know what I'm talking about? They say save my sphincter. And they say they don't take small booty payments. That nigga saying I got a small butt. You know what I'm talking about? That junk was hilarious. That boy, that's funny. Come on, man. Ezekiel 16:3.
It say, thus saith Yahuwah Alahym on the Yasharal, your birth and your nativity of the land of Canaan, your father an Amorite, your mother a Hittite. As for your nativity, in the day you were born, your navel was not cut, neither was you washed in water to supple. You was not salted at all, nor swaddled at all. No eye pitied you to do any of these unto you, to have compassion upon you, but you was cast out in the open field, to the loathing of your person in the day that you were born. And when I passed by you and saw you polluted in your own blood, I said unto you, and your blood live.
He said what?
Live.
He said what?
Live.
What else he
I
said?
said unto you, and your blood live.
What else?
I caused you to multiply as the bud of the field. You have increased and waxing great. You are come to excellent ornaments. Breasts are fashioned. Your hair is grown, whereas you naked and bare.
Paul, he said your breasts are fashioned. Y'all remember what it said in Songs of Solomon about some titties, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. It did say that in one. That's not a. I'm referring to something that we used to crack a joke about, but the only person know about it is Little Muffin. She's not present. Y'all want to know what I'm talking about? Go to Songs of Solomon 8. Picking about verse 8.
That's not what the right hand do embracing.
He said your breasts were fashioned. That's what he said, right? Tell him what breast fashion is in that Ecclesiastes, man. I'll take care of Songs of Solomon for you, since I'm asking you to go backwards. That's what you finna do. Eat some doo-doo. Shalom, Mark. We're gonna take you outside and put your face in it like you do the dog. Oh, you gonna catch fade. You gonna catch fade. We already seen it. That's not gonna happen. You can't convince nobody of that anymore. You've been exposed. You know, a lot don't care who tell it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? It's your life, baby. You can tell it how you want to.
That's shod.
About over with.
That means breast or bosom.
Nigga here finna die tonight. You finna be a widower, man. Damn, bro. How you become a widower before you get married? Salute, bro. Everybody doing good, bro. Say that again. Breast was shod.
Breast, bosom,
Breast,
teeth.
Your teeth. You know what I'm talking about? That's what's gonna end up with Michael. What they call that thing, man, when you go to when they cut your titty off? No, you know when you got breast cancer, they gotta cut your titty off. What they call it? I mean, that's what's finna happen to you. You finna get a mastectomy. This whole. Right here, Songs of Solomon 8 and 6. He say, set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm, for love strong as death. Jealousy cruel as the grave. The coals thereof, coals of fire, most vehement flame. Man, many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. If a man would give all his substance for love, it would be utterly contemned. We have a little sister, she have no breath. You thought I made that up? What shall we do for her, our sister, in the day when she shall be spoken for? Say she ain't got no breath. Tell me what that mean, man, when they say she have no breath.
Breast is the same word. That's shod.
Shod. She ain't got no bosom, no teeth. What we gonna do for her in the day that she's spoken for? What you need breast for? Nourish your baby, growth and development. You ain't got no way to develop nobody. That's what gonna happen for you. You ain't gonna be able to breastfeed no children. You gonna be like Donna Deacon in here. I think they cut off one of her titties, but she had breast cancer though. The Lord was trying to kill her. That's tough though. When you got that junk keep coming back, that's tough. That's scary too. All jokes aside, but she ain't that old. You know what I'm talking about? I don't even think she's 60. Yeah, all those sides. I know that's scary. You thought you beat it one time and come back, then it come back a third time? Yeah, that's scary right there. Yeah, man, shoot. Y'all willing, man. That's a brother I know his mama going through chemo, so you who are willing, you know what I'm saying? She get some good healing, man. She been posting about her progress through that, man. You know what I'm talking about? So you who are willing, man, she come out good on the other side on that. I know she had just posted the other day that chemo had her feeling sick. I need to send a Doc Ross info. Doc Ross get her right. At least to the point that maybe she might not have to do chemo. You know what I'm saying? But that's an individual choice, man. Don't be one of them people and you know about, you know what I'm saying, certain things and you just because hey boy, I can't tell nobody what to do with their body, man. You know what I'm talking about? Dang, man, shoot, you will give him some healing too, man. Service said his uncle got lung cancer. You know that'd be tough when you see people who got lung cancer and they ain't smoke. I don't know if that's the case, but it's a lot of people who get lung cancer and they didn't smoke. Sometimes or where you worked at, or sometimes it just be stuff you breathed in. Or sometimes it could have been a cancerous cell somewhere else and it just metastasized in your lung versus where it started at. You know what I'm saying? It could be a whole type of thing. That cancer junk ugly. You know what's crazy though? Ain't nobody had no cancer. You don't read nothing about cancer nowhere in human history till people started coming over here. You know what I'm saying? He said, nah, his uncle was a Rolling Stone, so uncle smoked cigarettes. You know what I'm talking about? About a dozen. You know, it'd be ugly. You got people who smoke 4 packs a day, don't get cancer, and you got a nigga who smoke a pack a day, and that's on rabbit. I told you, man, y'all have mercy on the soul. That's how Grandma Simple died, boy, because she used to be my mama swore I was smoking cigarettes. I wasn't nobody at but Bruce house. Run back room smoking Winston after Winston. You know what I'm saying? We in the front playing NBA Live, and you'd think we was smoking Winston's with her. She was smoking them whole, boy. At least 3 packs a day. I'm like, well, how you smoke 60 cigarettes in a day? Well, when I was smoking cigarettes, I couldn't smoke 20. That's a whole pack. Man, that's a lot of cigarettes. I'm talking about, I'm up all day and all night. I'm like, boy, I still ain't smoking 20 cigarettes. 20 cigarettes is a lot of cigarettes, man. Absolutely. No, it wouldn't. I mean, that you got that one, nigga. Because you know, if you round the way, nigga, quick to hit you with. Let me get a show. Yeah, in the box. Nah, we don't smoke no Cadillac. Nigga only get Cadillacs if they ain't got no show. So you like, damn, I don't want to ride to another store. No, we don't smoke no Newport 100s, man. Nigga, I ain't old. Yeah, nigga smoking no Newport. Nigga. Big grown young nigga walking up to me, let me get a pack of Newport 100 soft pack. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I couldn't smoke that many cigarettes, man. Man, I only started smoking cigarettes because the nigga said it'll boost your high. All it was a nicotine rush, and then it was a habit. Because I'd rather smoke reefer than smoke a cigarette. What a cigarette gonna do for you? But how your breath stink. That's why you seen a woman smoking a cigarette. What that nigga say? Light her cigarette if she smoked. You supposed to slap that hoe. Light those cigarettes. Smoke today, probably 10. I smoke more. Yeah. Nigga, that's a half a pack. Okay, but I'm up from 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the morning. Nigga, I'm up all day. You talking about 10 cigarettes in a 24-hour period? That's not a lot of cigarettes. Not even close. My cigarettes would be gone because the nigga giving them away. You know, back then they $2-3 a pack. So it's like, yeah, man, get the cigarette, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? I smoke reefer. I mean, they were cheaper. The cigarettes went up when I got out of prison. Obama hit them with the tax. That's why the man shoot. And I got out of prison, man. I was like, man, why buy a pack of cigarettes? You could buy a bag of weed. Because that's damn near how much the cigarettes cost. You got to kill that. She told me that's what I used to say. Grand shoot. They ain't had no doggone hydroponics around here like they do now. Back not in my youth. He said, Derek said his cousin got lung cancer. He found out about it and kept smoking and died 40 days later after finding out. What are you doing?
On the game.
Oh, you playing the game?
No.
What you just cooking?
It was what?
It wasn't glitching.
I don't know if he was. I can't verify that.
Hey,
He just said it was glitchy.
that brings up a good question.
That was him thought it was. I wasn't looking at him, so I'm just gonna bust his ball for a little bit, pause, and then I'm leaving him. Go ahead.
That brings up a good question. Objectively, speaking, because we were talking about suicide a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when a person goes to that point where they find out they have, say, that type of cancer, and then they continue on with it, knowing that if they just stop, it could be a possibility. It could go into remission. Now, what I'm asking is, with a person doing something like that, what is it to them if they just don't care? Like, is that similar to?
It's not that they don't. Not here. That's a nigga who don't give a damn. Cause that's no different than say my daddy. Man, the doctor told my dad you ain't supposed to eat such and such, such and such. This nigga trying to eat ribs, donuts. You know what I'm talking about? And all that type of stuff. Cause some people be like, I don't care what's wrong with me. I want what I want. And if I die, then so what? I'm gonna die happy. Cause you got people who doctor give them strict diets and them niggas break it. You know what I'm saying? Cause they like, hey man, I want a piece of cake. You got some people, if I got lung cancer, I got lung cancer. Pass me that cigarette. Hey, you got people who smoke cigarettes, niggas hooked up on a breathing machine. I done seen niggas smoke cigarettes and they got to think, hey, how you doing? Niggas smoking that. Nigga got a hole in their throat smoking a cigarette. Some of y'all, you remember the stop smoking commercial with the lady? Don't end up like me. Yeah, you scared. You right here. I ain't never smoked cigarettes, mama. I mean, come on, you got niggas who got AIDS and still hit niggas raw. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? That's how my homegirl died. Fooling with the nigga he talking about. Nigga had AIDS and he gave it to her. Real talk, no exaggeration. Not even being funny. I ain't find about that till I came home from prison. Nigga poom pot, and everybody knew they had AIDS. He had AIDS and they were rolling the dice. Because he had money in a fry car. Shoot, nigga be knowing, boy, she fine, boy. They say she got that package. I'm gonna hit her anyway. Man, some people, boy, when they come down to pleasure, they don't care. They gonna take the chance. They gonna take the chance. Well, nigga can't tell me somebody got AIDS, boy. And I'm good. I'm gonna just put on the extra one. No, I ain't putting on nothing. Don't even hug me, ho. I come from the 80s, man. When nigga like, boy, you get it from a hug. Don't even hug me. Don't even hug me, man. They ain't even want to play basketball. Carl Malone said, I don't want that nigga sweat on me. He really said it. You got to remember, this 1992. Don't nobody know about AIDS like they know now. Niggas got AIDS. Niggas don't even care no more. They don't even talk about it anymore. Well, that's the wildest part of reality. But they don't even talk about AIDS no more. Man, in the 80s and 90s, man, they talk about AIDS every other minute. Commercials and specials every other minute. You know what I'm saying? Now they just give you pills. You'll be all right. You'll live till you're 40. I ain't gonna lie though. I want the AIDS magic guy. Magic got AIDS and got rich. I need his AIDS, because it aided in his finances. Needed to aid me, niggas. Straight up. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man. Yeah, nobody ever cheated on me. Of course. He ain't never worry about nobody hitting cookie. Never. Nigga said that Magic Johnson wife. Oh no, I'm good. I apologize. Nigga go to that nigga and say, I'm sorry. I thought about having sex with your wife, but I didn't realize that was yours. Oh no, man. All jokes aside, boy, niggas live dangerous out here. They live dangerous out here. People don't care. I mean, shoot, boy, people gonna see God one day and they don't care about that. And I ain't talking about the people who ain't in the word. Come on, Sid, where you at? What verse you read? Oh, we were talking about, what do you think this is when you say, okay, my sister have no breasts? What shall we do for the day that she's spoken for? Tell her what it means when it says spoken for. That's why this is a conversation we used to have, man, when I first came home, man. You know what I'm saying? We looked at the bar. So what we gonna do when, word or this, that, and the third. This is something me and my homeboys used to talk about when I first came home, man. AIDS, gonorrhea, syphilis, all that there. See, that's Yahuwah's punishment for ungodly conduct. You know what I'm saying? Now, I only get ugly how you hear about some ladies when they husband around here, you know what I'm talking about, backdoor living, you know what I'm talking about, and bring that junk back to the house. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's ugly. That's extremely ugly.
My sister said she didn't have it when she had to tell. They do like I've been the same man for some years, and she was telling me her age and everything. And she said it's real devastating to tell me that.
Oh, it's devastating to tell anybody that, especially if she got to find out that this nigga a faggot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Now, some of them, I think they, hey, man, let me tell you something. What that was lady was, Star Jones, I don't know how she ain't know that dude was gay. You know what I'm saying? That nigga dressed like how Nisha dressed right now, as a man. I'm not doing you. I'm saying he got on your outfit. He did. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not that you did anything wrong. He's wrong. The nigga walk in here and she tell me, I didn't know he was gay. How? You know what I'm saying? That's ugly though. You know what I'm saying? That's real ugly though. Yeah. Allegedly, that's why Mob Boss died. They said allegedly that's why that lady ran him over. You know what I'm saying? Because he allegedly gave her AIDS, and that's why she ran him over. You know what I'm saying? I don't know because I don't know that man's story, but that's what the city say. That AIDS done serious, boy. Nigga come kill you about that. Because boy, I ain't gonna lie to you. Niggas used to say about that to my boy. If a chick gave him AIDS, boy, they were gonna find her and kill her. Probably not no more now. Now they just give you a cocktail of drugs and you just be nasty. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy how life done changed, man. They like they say you could know. People used to think getting HIV was a death sentence. It was over for you. I'm gonna tell you something, right? How many of y'all ever heard of the book Behold a Pale Horse? Behold a Pale Horse is written by a white dude by the name of William. William Cooper was killed in 2001 by the Maricopa or whatever, the Phoenix Sheriff's Office. You know what I'm talking about? In this particular book, he wrote about a few things. And in that book, he wrote about that he had a Department of Defense document that say AIDS was created in a military lab. Yeah. It was created to kill blacks and Hispanics, homosexuals, and all undesirables. Yeah. They were supposed to be allegedly given a $10 million grant to execute this. AIDS had started popping up in like 1979. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 77 at the earliest. They didn't really acknowledge it in the media till about 1984. You know what I'm talking about? And when they did begin to acknowledge it, they said specifically that it was a homosexual disease. You know what I'm talking about? And when you think about it, it'd be quite easier for a homosexual to get that with the transfer of bodily fluids and the ripping of the micro tears in flesh based on the way that these niggas decide that they want to copulate. You know what I'm talking about? What was that? I mean, I tried to use the most professional words possible.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
I mean, but that's how that happens. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so much easier for a woman to receive a sexual disease than a man, because she's going to get more of the bodily fluids than the man is going to receive back in his pee hole.
One crackers lied said AIDS came from monkeys too.
Yeah, they did say that at one time that it came from an African green monkey, and it was sad that a bunch of grown adults even believe that, considering that they call it a virus, and viruses are a living organism. You know what I'm saying? A monkey can't give you a virus. A virus either has to come from another virus or engineered in the lab. It's the only way you get a virus. Virus either mutates from a present virus or somebody creates one. See, a lot of people looking at coronavirus was made in the lab, and it was probably taken and mutated from a previous virus in the lab and then slung out there, because the coronavirus has been around forever. It ain't like it just ain't come out of nowhere. But I mention that because coronavirus, see, we like to blame the governments for stuff, and some stuff can literally just be, man, Yahuwah's way to, hey, man, I'm going to come see y'all. The man said he's sending pestilence and plagues. I don't know why we think it's a game. You want him to, you think that you can define how he going to send the pestilence and plagues. You know what I'm talking about? It can be the same with cancer. It can be the same with anything. And just because you get a disease or a plague don't necessarily mean that's the wrath of God on your head, because some things the book say is just time and chance. And then some things also are based on the way that you live and the environment that you're in. You know what I'm talking about? I know the sister I told y'all who dealing with breast cancer, she believed that she got it from keeping her iPhone in her bra. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she stated. And who am I to tell her that she's wrong? She know that. She say she eat relatively clean and healthy, so she believed that's how she got it. Y'all have mercy on her soul. Tama believed that she got the cancer that she passed away from the mercury fillers in her teeth. You know what I'm talking about? She believed that wholeheartedly, and it says that there's links to that. And who am I to say that that's not the case? Because I didn't experience it. You know what I'm talking about? But these women experienced it, and that's what they believe. They say believe led to that. You know what I'm saying? I say Grandma Simple got cancer because she smoked 60 Winstons a day. You know what I'm saying? So, we have to be cognizant of these things because at the end of the day, all these pieces of technology that we all love, they do emit radiation. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, at the end of the day, they small computers. So things is coming up out of them. They know that. Some people believe that air fryers will give you cancer. A lot of other people believe that. Oh, you ain't heard about that? So, a lot of people believe that microwaves will give you cancer. You know what I'm saying? Hell, if you go to McDonald's, you can show bacon on getting something. But like I say, the world, if you go look at it, I ain't spent no time to look at it. But if you was to look at it worldwide, I would wager that there's probably 3 to 4 times more cases of cancer in the United States than any other country in the world. And it's just based on how we eat and how we live. Because some people don't live like that over there. You don't hear about them having cancer problems. America, the only place to say F cancer instead of saying F the people who giving you cancer. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. That's how that rolls. Come on back to Ezekiel 16, man. I'm gonna come in with that in a minute. With the no breath. Ezekiel 16 and what?
8.
Ezekiel 16 and 8.
Now when I passed by you and looked upon you, behold, the time of love.
It was a time of what?
Of love, and I spread my skirt over you and covered your nakedness. Yea, I swear unto you and entered into a covenant with you, saith Yahuwah Alahym, and you became mine.
Stop right there. Tell them what time and love is. I know y'all know the words. This is for information's sake.
Time is 8, and love is Dod, Dad. Beloved, love.
I saw you in your what? He said. He said Doba to Daoud. The other word for love is David's name. You know what I'm talking about? That's what David's name means, is my beloved. There's also another the word for a particular familial name or title. Do y'all know what that is? Do you know what familiar title means, beloved? And I ain't gonna say nothing until somebody give me an answer. Better hurry up, nigga. You shouldn't have said nothing, Glory. Huh? No, that's mean family. It's a particular, all you gotta do is think about a family. And and that it is. Say it again for him. She ain't catch it.
Uncle.
Oh. Yeah. Daoud. Beloved. Love. Uncle. Loved one. Beloved. Uncle. Well beloved. A love token. A lover. A friend. Specifically an uncle. You know what I'm talking about? So, because we usually talk about the word ahab a lot. But Daoud, yeah, that means love, my beloved. But it's when you sit back and you look at an uncle, who is that going to be? Because when you run that back, what was Mordecai to Esther? Her uncle. And he was clearly beloved by Yahuwah based on how Yahuwah moved on his behalf in that situation when Haman sought to do what to him? Kill him. Now, when you turn around and you look at that in that situation in the book of Esther, was that a time of love or was it a time of hate? No, it was a time of love. The time of love of Yahuwah was manifested in that particular time because nothing of hatred actually happened. Now, I see why you would say that because it was hate in Haman's heart. It wasn't hate in the king's heart. You know what I'm talking about? It wasn't hate in the heart of the people in the province. You know what I'm talking about? But it was hate in the heart of one particular man. But the love of Yahuwah was shown because they prevailed over their enemies. Now, I'm mentioning this part because he said it was a time of love. When we turn around and look at when Mashiach was in the flesh, was it a time of love or was it a time of hate? It was a time of love. Now, when he returned, it's going to be a time of love or a time of hate. It's going to be a time of hate. Remember, he said it's a time for every purpose under Shamayim. So when he returns under Shamayim, it's not going to be a new heaven and a new earth. That's going to be, remember, we talked about that when we were talking about the book of Zephaniah. It'll be a day of darkness, a day of gloominess. Amos said it'd be like when a man runs from a lion and get met by a bear. You know what I'm talking about? So when you sit back and you consider that, the reason why I said that, come over here to John 12 and 44. See, a lot of people get it misconstrued. Remember, I would tell y'all the other day when they were like, Christ was full of compassion and this, that, there, and the third. Because remember, we keep referencing it recently. Daniel 9 and 24, what was he coming to do? To make end the sins, to finish the transgression, to make reconciliation for iniquity. So this means this is a time of love. You understand? So when you're dealing with a time, see, when David was in power, that was a time of war all the time. But when Solomon was in power, it was a time of peace. So you always have to remember, he said there's a purpose under Shamayim. Each generation has a particular purpose. See, right now, we still in a time of love. But see, when the beasts come into power, then you'll be in a time of hate. Because there'll be no love in the earth. Because what did Mashiach tell you in Matthew chapter 24?
He said he had to shorten the days.
He did say that. That's not the one I'm looking for. He said, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many will wax cold. So if love is waxing cold, what's going to be the opposite of that? Hatred. And it said that they're going to hate everybody for whose namesake? His. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. John 12 and 44.
So Yahushua cried and said, he that believe on me, believe not on me, but on him that sent me. And he that see me, see him that sent me. I am come a light into the world, that whosoever believe on me should not abide in darkness. And if any man hear my words and believe not, I judge him not.
He do what?
I judge him not.
He don't do any shafat. What he do?
For I came not to judge
the world. He said not come to bring shafat to the world,
but to save the world.
See this here, he let you know this is a time of love while I'm here. Y'all know the John 3 and 16. Go ahead.
He that reject me and receive not my words have one that judge him. The word that I have spoken.
The same.
Shall judge him in the last
day. Now,
Paul,
this just came to my mind, right? I just mentioned Mordecai. Are there any other uncles in this text that y'all can point your finger to? And we'll go look at them. Who? That's the first one came to mind. Y'all got any other uncles? Because what is an uncle? I know it's a simple question, but you know, maybe somebody on here say, I don't know, I ain't never had one. Your dad's brother or your mom's brother? Laban was Jacob's uncle. He was. But he wasn't a good man. But he was his uncle. Anybody else?
Could you count David and Jonathan?
No, because David was not his brother. Shalom, shall not by blood to be considered their uncle. So he wasn't referred to as uncle, though his name is Daoud, or the word for beloved. So he was more so on the beloved end of the spectrum and not uncle. So I'm only mentioning the two. I mentioned Mordecai and I wanted Abraham to be mentioned based off of them being uncles and then their interactions and how Yahuwah dealt with them because they were beloved, if you would, and they stayed of being an uncle. As far as you know that the uncle went and delivered Lot, his nephew.
Jeremiah had an uncle in like Jeremiah 32.
Well, let's look and see. You might be thinking about them up. I think you're thinking about Darius said Hannah Mill.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's take a look.
That's Jeremiah 32. That's what I'm talking about.
You might be talking about when he went and bought that land, right?
Yeah.
Come on, Jeremiah 32 and 1. Come on, Sid.
The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahuwah in the 10th year of Zedekiah.
If you're going to say it right. That man name ain't Jeremiah. It's Jeremiah. I'm just letting you know. Man said he gonna put some respect on his name.
In the 10th year of Zedekiah, king of Yehuda, which was the 18th year of Nebuchadnezzar. For in that day, the king of Babylon army besieged Jerusalem, and Jeremiah the prophet was shut up in the court of the prison, which was in the king of Yehuda's
Now, remember
house.
we read earlier today when he was talking about, man, cursed the day I was born and all this type of stuff. This man did dealing with a lot of sorrows. But I reference that back to that particular point because those who go through the sorrows for Alahym's sake are greatly beloved in Shamahim. They remember. Remember what he said in Hebrews 6? Get Hebrews 6 and 10 and remember and get that. I said go to Hebrews 6 and 10. I said go.
Say for Alahym, not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love.
Your what?
Your labor of love.
Your what?
Labor of love.
Okay.
Which you have showed toward his name. And that
show towards his what?
His name.
And you do what?
That you have ministered to the saints and do ministry.
See, ministering here ain't talking about teaching, man. It's talking about service. So if you serve the saints, he says, man, Yahuwah won't forget that. Alahym ain't gonna forget that. Why would he forget that? That you doing a labor of love. He said it's a labor of what?
Love.
Tell him what labor is in the Greek. Who want to participate in the labor of love of getting the guitar and hitting doors with it?
That's
like
that's a beating of the breast with grief, sorrow, that's labor, trouble, to cause one trouble, to make work for him, intense labor, trouble, weariness.
If you're troubled, that means you got sorrow in your heart for the saints. You got pity, compassion for them. Notice it said a heartbeat. That's what it said. Heartbeat for them. Unfeigned love for the brethren. You got love for these people. You got love for the name of Yahuwah. Some people ain't got love for the name of Yahuwah. We read it last night. Some people preach Hamashiach out of contention. Some for strife. You know what I'm talking about? Come on back to Jeremiah 32. Yes, ma'am, Laban definitely was, but he wasn't beloved. Laban was a dirty bastard. I ain't gonna say Laban was a dirty bastard. Laban did what was necessary to be done to get his daughters out of his house. At the end of the day, that's what he did. Because he knew that man wanted Rachel, but he knew it wasn't proper to send Leah out before Rachel out before Leah. So he like this here. Shoot, I'll be damned. This one, they got to get up out of here.
Dirty dog.
No, I mean what it was is you got to understand, you got to transport yourself to their mind frame and perspective in the time that they live.
Yes.
You understand? So when you looking at it in the time that they lived, it was if you had a daughter, the eldest daughter had to be married first.
He could have made that known from the Jump Street.
You know what I'm saying? He could have made that known, but he probably didn't think of it at the time. And that nigga was like, damn, that nigga really gonna work 7 years for her? I gotta get these heifers up out of here. Because the reason we got to pause, man. You have to go back to what the reality was. Like I told you, the young lady I know, right? Her daddy told her, right? Her daddy told her, you can stay in my home until you're married. But he also expected sexual purity and fidelity towards her purity for her doing that. That's part of the reason why she left home. Because she was hot in the tail. You know what I'm talking about? And then you ended up losing after that. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're going bad relationship after bad relationship. So when you turn around and you look at it, how it's supposed to be done. A woman is supposed to go from her father's house to her husband's house. Ain't supposed to be no in-between where you've been out here living under your own auspices and authority. You know what I'm talking about? Because when you've been living on your own and you ain't have to answer to nobody, it's going to be very difficult for you to transition back to answering to a man. If you've been answering to your father and then you go home and you answer to your husband, this is a smooth transition. Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. And she knows she should have, but she don't like that because she was rebellious. But this is how it went. You stayed at your daddy's house and your daddy knew, I got to get them up out of here. Because if I don't, I'm going to be responsible for them. But then also, depending on the culture and society, it was frowned upon if a woman got later in age and she wasn't married. Whether they had kids or not, that's a whole nother deal. But if she didn't get a husband, they looking at what you got going on with your turn. See, like if you like we live in this society now, you can hear about women who've been married 3, 4, 5 times. You know what I'm saying? If you would go back, shoot, 300-400 years. You ain't even got to go back that far. Shoot, maybe about a good 200. You know what I'm saying? And depending on the society and culture, they will look at you like you have to be absolutely pure and utter trash because you can't keep a man. And that's why you hear in this society that a woman's femininity and womanhood shouldn't be judged on if she can keep a man or not, because it diminishes her responsibility for womanhood. You know, most women in this society have failed at womanhood exponentially. So they just come up with a multitude of excuses to justify the fact that they suck as a woman. I guess that's why all these bald-headed hoes got mad at this clip from Beyonce that they keep circulating around, talking about how she said Jay-Z taught her how to be a woman. And these hoes just got upset. It's funny to me that these hoes worship at the footstool of Beyonce's vagina on a day-to-day basis. But when it comes to how she interact with her husband, they got grave problems with it. They don't like that part. They didn't even miss what he said. How could he teach her to be a woman? He taught her how to be the woman for him. They were like, it sounds like grooming to me. No, it sounds like you don't understand how society works. He was with her when she was 20. That was normal. That's normal for a young woman to be with a man who may be 10 to 15 years older than her. Because if you get a man who's 20, there's not much grooming he can do for you to be a particular type of woman for him. He ain't got no life experience. Nigga, Isaac was exponentially older than Rebecca. Isaac was about 60 years old, man. These niggas would have thrown a fit to know this 60-year-old man married this young woman. We just heard dude talking about this other day. You know they got married by 15 to 16. Stop telling that lie. You know how we know that's a lie? Because Judah's son was young, and he wouldn't let that young man marry that grown woman in Tamar. He wouldn't let her do it. He said, "No, come catch him when he's a little bit older." So if they wasn't going to do that for a man, you know they wasn't finna send no young girl off. No 14, 15-year-old girl and send her with a 60-year-old man. Ain't nobody doing that. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't necessarily say she got to be 18, but she going to be a tad bit older than 14, 15 years old. Oh, yeah, that's because of Africa, but you got to remember, this is where Bruce get it twisted up. See, that's what they do in Africa. I'm not using it. You know what I'm talking about? Who gives a damn what they did in Africa? You can't turn around and say he gave his words to Israel and nobody else and then say this is what the Africans do. Because that means if that's what the Africans do, then we were doing the opposite. Because we all know them Africans and them Arabs, boy, they'll marry them off 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. Now, I don't know if they consummate the union, but they definitely send them off. I'm not sending my 9-year-old child, this big, grown, rusty, nasty bastard. You know what I'm talking about? Matter of fact, I'm going to swing on this nigga for approaching me. You know what? I want to holler at your daughter. Who, the 22-year-old? No, the 9-year-old. Go get my swole, man. I'm finna decapitate this nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he got to die. But yeah, that's just how it was. You stayed with your father until you got a husband. That's part of the commandment in Leviticus about don't prostitute your daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall into whoredom. Because that's what's going to happen. You see it in America playing. You see it across the whole world. Because let's not just act like this here. Women are women all across the world. We just talked about, y'all should say, man, that dude had his woman from India and brought her over here, and then she slid. I done told you before, you can't give women freedom. Because once she get it, she never turning back. She ain't going back. You mean I can go out here and get my titty sucked by a random man and ain't got to stay with him? That's what's happening. Or I can go out here, I can dress like a scallywag, I can get drunk, get my bike broke, get a plan B, find a different nigga, do it tomorrow.
You might get that Kevin Gates, man.
Well, that nigga Kevin Gates, that nigga Darius something. That nigga Kevin Gates nasty as hell. And that whole nasty for letting them do it. That nigga spitting that whole mouth.
Yeah.
Nigga, I wouldn't even want no woman who'd be willing for me to put my saliva in her mouth in that fashion. That nigga held her and opened her mouth and leaned over and hocked the loogie. No, I take out the crowd. Man, I'm not doing that with my wife.
He said he worshipped the woman.
He is a goddess worshiper. He worships at the altar of
He
vagina.
really said that in the interview. I worship the woman.
Let me tell you something, man. If you're with any type of African spiritualistic system, you have to worship vagina. I don't know who nastier. She looked uncomfortable and she looked like she just went along with it because she was up there.
Just imagine, she probably got a boyfriend at home.
Boy, if that was my old lady, nigga, we're done. You let a nigga spit in your mouth. Matter of fact, if you got a man, you ain't even supposed to get up on stage with this nigga. Once I see, if you got a man and you get up on the stage with this nigga and you know this nigga want to do some elaborate, sexual, explicit type motions with you, you's a bald-headed hoe. And again, what? You ain't got no home to come back to. I wouldn't give a damn. I'm going to get divorced and all, man. I'll take the loss. Because I ain't got me nothing. Ain't no woman of respect, man, who respect herself and who she got to be. But I mean, we talk about people in the world. But it doesn't matter if you're in the world or in the word. There's supposed to be a level of decorum to your womanhood. You know what I'm talking about? Like we talked about that when everybody was going crazy with Keke Palmer was. It's not the fact that she had her booty out. It's the fact you got to do that home. So when you do that you got to do it. If you do this in public with a celebrity, I know you let a stranger knock you down. You know what I'm talking about? I know you will. I know you'll toss that coochie in a circle for anybody. Because you did it, you just did it on the strip. Because a nigga singing to you. That's all it took. And you know this nigga got herpes. That's what I mean. Come on, man. Everybody know this man got herpes, bro. This man got herpes, man. And these women will lay with it. The nigga he mentioned Poom Pop. Boy, a lot of them women knew he had AIDS. Gotcha.
There's a poom pan too.
Huh?
There's a poom pan too. They hitting somebody else.
Damn. You got to think about that, man. The people knew he had AIDS. Niggas know Usher got herpes. But it's Usher. You gonna take the chance to get blisters on your monkey just to say you had sex with Usher? Now you got an outbreak. Your gender is looking like Nestle Crunch. You stupid hoe.
Isaac was 40 years old.
40 years old. It don't say how old Rebecca was. She probably was in her early 20s. Now, why you being a baby? You don't want to go to sleep. You got to think about that type of stuff. It's bad, but that's how that went, though. You know what I'm saying? You just didn't send your daughter out here to be random. Because, you know, you send a young woman out in the world, man, she going to make bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? Because she going to pick a man based on how that man make her feel. You know what I'm saying? Then once he go to touching her body, she going to be locked in. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, she going to be locked in. I know women in this society don't like to hear that type of stuff, but that's how you end up. You done been with 4, 5 niggas, and then you, after you done had sex with all these dudes, now you want somebody to pay top premium price like you was still a virgin. You smoking crack. You spent that price. I'm gonna bobble your butt. You want to take a bath? Yeah, you got quiet now, huh?
She be fighting.
Oh no, that nigga like to take a bath. That nigga request baths. She do. She'll walk up. I want to take a bath. You want to take a bath? You feel like you being a stage monkey? Go see your mom. Yeah, man. I done told everybody that, man. If you got a daughter, man, you know what I'm saying. It would be best for you to regulate and moderate her and just don't send her. I told you, man, shoot, don't send your daughter off to no doggone college campus unless you want her to come back a hoe. Because you lying to yourself, or you don't think she finna let somebody come up there and get them yams. She got freedom. I told you, man, the young lady I know, she said, man, it was so strict, she wanted freedom. And she realized the freedom wasn't worth what she paid. Because I'm telling you, man, there's a difference. There's a strong difference of how you'll interact with when you maintain your purity versus if you had been tossing your cooch out here. Because there's a lot of women out here tossing with no regard. With no regard. You know what I'm talking about? Then some people go, what about the boys? Well, a lot of these boys ain't getting no coochie. Them boys at home watching the hub. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of these boys watching the hub. Jerking it. About to snatch the skin off that hole. You know what I'm talking about? Let me tell y'all something. If men were getting coochie like that, there'd be no need for prostitutes. You don't hear nothing about no women going to pay for no prostitute. Man, we know that it's like this here. I mean, yeah, I know all across the world. So this is business over here, man. There's plenty of pimping going on. They on the blade, participating in the sex trade. You understand what I'm saying?
They sound like W2 kind of deal.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that in regards to like, is it male gigolos out here? Is it women who will trick off? Sure. But like we talked about before, ain't no woman blowing herself up for virgin penises in heaven.
I don't see a woman getting in the car, pulling up on the block, looking at a nigga on the block like
I
I got 40.
got 40. Woman don't want to give a woman to give her body to a man before she give him $1. You know what I'm talking about? And you think she finna go out here and pay for some wee-wee? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they got male strip clubs. You don't see a lot of them on the street, do you? They got to pull up the special locations for a male review. You know what I'm talking about? But it's female strip clubs everywhere because men don't get no booty like that. They gonna pay. You ain't look at, man, you got lot lizard, these hoes hanging out at the truck stop. These hoes hang out at the airport, in the lounge, if you in the right city, looking to catch a businessman. Look at Mike. I know, I seen him. Yeah, man. That's because these dudes don't get no booty like that. You think, dude, you see a dude, he got money, you think he got plenty of women. That boy is dry as a cement truck. He mad every day. You got dudes who think money should get them women, but they tricks. So they can't get women. That's why these dudes mad. I've been telling y'all that for the longest. These dudes mad because they can't get no buns. See, y'all don't have that problem because you can get a hot dog anytime you want it. You know what I'm saying? You can step out the door and be like, hey, you want some? And you know, you probably have a 98% success rate because you'll have some people like, this whole nasty as hell, I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? You would have to question yourself if you ran across a dude and you offered him your body and he don't know you and he was willing to take it. What'd that say about him? You know what I'm talking about? I don't even know you. I just seen a reel, this chick talking about, she tried to kiss a dude. He was like, hell no, back up. He was like, you don't want to kiss me? That nigga said, I don't even know you. She said, I bet I can get a man to kiss me. They'll want to kiss me. And she went to try to kiss like 5, 6 people walking by. Them niggas was like this here with her. Heisman Trophy. She was looking so sad.
Niggas rejecting kids because they don't know.
How much you been doing with your mouth? You can eat booty.
Yeah, I feel like somebody had sex.
Yeah, nigga like kids.
But then the sad part is, you'll have sex with a nigga, but you don't want to kiss him? Nigga, sex is worse.
Like prostitutes.
Man, you got dudes kiss prostitutes in the mouth. Let me tell y'all something. How many of you ladies ever heard a woman tricking with a crackhead? Because I know plenty of niggas in the street that trick with a crackhead. I know niggas got babies from crackheads. Yeah, man. Tell you, man, these boys hard up for loving out here, man. Come on with it, man. What it is out the door, man?
Someone in prison with that issue?
With the prison, man, them niggas were doing that before they even thought about going to prison. Man, look at me, I'm gonna tell you something, man.
I'm talking about like they not have none, but they probably like try to hurt a female or something like that.
Oh, you ain't finna do that in prison, man. You ain't finna hurt no CO. You ain't do nothing but get your head bust. Man, you probably heard it on tape. Man, I told you this before. You catch a man who got that type of lust in him, he'll have sex with a man. You know what I'm saying? If you like really burning in your lust and you really just like sex and masturbating all the time, yeah, you'll have sex with a man. Because you'll be burning in your lust too bad, man. Let me tell you, man, lust is not a good thing. You got to kill that. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what that lust is, you'll burn in it. When you'll burn in it, you'll do some inordinate things. That's what we read in Ezekiel 16, then they had it in inordinate lust. Inordinate lust will cause you to do all type of stuff that you may not do under regular circumstances. Yeah, you got to get that lust under control, boy. That lust ain't no good, man. You know what I'm talking about? They get you in trouble. Come on, where you at, son?
Jeremiah 32.
Come on with it. Where you at? Jeremiah 32 and 3.
For Zedekiah, king of Yehuda, has shut him up, saying, wherefore do you prophesy and say, thus saith Yahuwah, behold, I will give this city into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall take it. And Zedekiah, king of Yehuda, shall not escape out of the hand of the Chaldeans, but shall surely be delivered into the hand of the king of Babylon, and shall speak with him mouth to mouth, and eyes shall behold his eyes. And he shall lead Zedekiah to Babylon, there shall be until I visit him, saith Yahuwah. Though you fight with the Chaldeans, you shall not prosper.
You ain't gonna prosper.
And Jeremiah said, the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying,
oh, look what he just said. He said, because let me tell y'all something, right? The same way that people look at the Maccabees fighting against the Romans, it's how some of them boys wanted to fight against the Babylonians before they came and got Zechariah. And see, we'll look at it from a romantic standpoint. When I say the romantic standpoint is you like the fact, oh, it was some dudes who stood up to the powers that be. I get that. I ain't got no problem with that. But that wasn't your will. That's why they lost. Now, you just seen what he said. He said, you can stand up against the Chaldeans if you want to. And what he said wasn't going to happen. You wasn't going to prosper. You wasn't going to get nothing out the deal. He said, you can fight with them, but you're going to die. You can do whatever. Guess what? You can stand up and fight against these Americans right now. You can do it, and you're not going to prosper. Because that's not his will. You got to get this through your head. I'm not saying that you anything, this, that, there, and the third. I'm just telling you, the text telling you, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to succeed because what did we read earlier in Isaiah 46:10? He said, I told you the end from the beginning. And my word is going to prosper to the thing that I sent it to. If he didn't send his word for us to do that, it doesn't matter if that's what you want to do. The negative thing is when dudes is opening up the text and trying to convince people that that's what he want us to do. You not going to save you. He going to do it. And if you feel like can't nobody come save you out the sky, I know you are unbelieving, faithless bastard. God ain't with you nor in you. Why would I listen to you? I'm not listening to you. Because at the end of the day, when it was time to fight the Egyptians, what did Moses say? Stand still. And what weapon did Israel lift up to beat the Egyptians? Not a one. What war face did they show? Who did they kill? No one. They walked straight through and he killed them so that they could know that the power was with Yahuwah and that he the one who fight and deliver. We don't want to believe that because we don't really believe in him. So you want to be able to get the esteem and honor that's only reserved for Yahuwah. You see, it's a lot of niggas that want to be the one to say, I freed Israel. I took down our oppressors. That's a wicked bastard, boy. Satan in that man. Satan is in that man. When I say Satan, I'm talking about an adversary because he an adversary against Yahuwah. He want to be in Yahuwah's spot. See, there's some people, he delivered us by the hand of men before. Yes, he has. And he done said that. But in Egypt, no man did that. And this man told you at the end, he gonna do it. You know why? Because his name been polluted. The reason I'm focused on that, and I focus on it a lot, is because you think the name of Israel is greater than the name of Yahuwah. The name of Yahuwah is greater than the name. How is the man who gave you the name going to make that name he gave you greater than his name? When the name he gave you was representative of him, and you've been disrespecting and shaming that name he gave you, which is representative of him. That man said, I got to sanctify my name because you got it blasphemed. And you think he going to let you do the sanctifying? You smoking crack, bro. That's your pride and your arrogance and your unbelief. Need to get that together. Come on with it, man.
Say, behold, Hanamel, the son of Shalom, your uncle, shall come unto you, saying,
Buy me a what?
Field.
That's where?
In Anathoth.
For the what?
Right of the redemption, yours to buy.
Tell him what Antioch means. What? I don't care nothing about you tired. You tired too? Y'all sitting there with your face balled up. Your stomach
that
full?
Is answers to prayer.
Answers, he say, buy the field that is an answer to prayer because it is your right of redemption to get it. Tell him what redemption is now. Remember, we talking about a time of love and a time of to hate. I'm really focusing on the time of love. I ain't even really focused on time.
Okay, law, that's kindred, redemption, right of redemption.
So you know that price of redemption take us back to where in the law? With Jubilees, with Leviticus, the kinsman redeemer. And you know who the one that says had to be the kinsman redeemer? Near kinsman or your uncle. Let's take a look. Oh, I forgot the pay-per-view on tonight. I don't even got Peacock on my phone.
Crazy.
What's that?
So you don't got. I just heard you don't got cock on your phone.
I said Peacock.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? NBC, The Bird. You right here thinking you got cock on the brain?
I thought I heard.
I didn't know you had cock on the brain. Woo! That boy say he around here, boy, he got a cock on the brain. Oh,
He trying to catch you slipping.
Leviticus 25. How you gonna catch me slipping and you can put yourself
You
out
said
there?
you was gonna back it up.
Cock. Now you want to try to go something else to try to divert the fact that you got cock on the brain.
Did you not say cock out your mouth?
I said peacock. Look at you. You steady going. Did you say cock out your mouth? What? It's amazing.
Amazing. That was good.
Come on, man. Where we at with it, man? Leviticus 25, man. Pick this up at verse 47, man. Leviticus 25 and 47. Excuse me, it wasn't chapter 24. Leviticus 25 is your kinsman, redeemer, and things of that sort. Leviticus 25 and 47.
If a sojourner or stranger wax rich by you, and your brother by him wax poor, and sell himself unto the stranger, or sojourner by you, or to the stock of the stranger's family.
Pause. What does Isaiah 51 or 52 tell you, right? You have sold yourselves for nothing. You shall be redeemed without price. What did you say? You sold yourself to a stranger. You know how you sold yourself to a stranger? You sold yourself to a strange God. That's what we were talking about when we read Ezekiel 16 and 18 and 23. Well, listen to him.
Say after that he is sold, he may be redeemed again. One of his brethren may redeem him.
And guess who could either his who?
His uncle.
Either his who?
His uncle.
His who?
His uncle.
Or his uncle's
son may redeem him.
Him?
Or that is near of kin unto him of his family may redeem him.
If he is able.
He may redeem himself.
Let's tell him what uncle is right there. Who? See, you'll have uncle, but it's more either his beloved or his beloved son can redeem it. You did? So we go to Matthew 17 and 1.
And after 6 days, Yahweh shall take Peter, James, and John his brother, and bring them up into a high mountain apart. And was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias talking with them. Then answered Peter and said unto Yahweh shall, Master, is it good for us to be here?
Now remember, this is why some people be like, that's how you know Moses and Elijah is the two witnesses. You don't know that because of that. Well, why was Moses and Elijah there? Because they were there. And that's all you need to know. It don't give you no explanation why they was there. Sometimes you don't need to try to figure out certain things and just let them be what they is. You know, that's a real feminine trait. When you feel like, oh, you got to keep digging for truth and all that type of stuff, that's what women do. You know what I'm talking about? You just can't take stuff, but that's just what it is. I got to figure it out. Well, why was they there? Because they was there, nigga. Why does it matter to you why they were there? You know what I'm talking about? So if you figure out why they was there, that's going to make you believe it some more. I remember a dude talking about, well, why did he never find Moses' grave? So if you find where he was buried at, they're going to make you believe the word some more. Nigga, why you looking for a dead man's body? Why you care about a dead man's body? It ain't never crossed my mind. Why they can't find his grave? This man already knew. You know the book said that he hid his grave, right? So they won't worship. He already knew what your stupid behind gonna do. One thing about it, if you a parent, you know how stupid your children are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? When I say that, then you know what type of folly that they're given to. So if you know what type of folly that they're given to, then you're going to keep them from that folly. He already know what you're going to do. Man's simple-minded, man. Come on, man. Men walking around a rock 7 times and kissing a vagina carved into it. Literally, man. Niggas that started a church to Beyonce. Come on, man. Be serious with you. To Beyonce? Who is Beyonce talking about the church of Beyonce? That's sad. And you know what make it even sadder? That it's black women who did it. These same black women who go to church and tell me, I want me a God-fearing man. No, you want a simp and a sucker who's going to go along with everything you say. You know what I'm talking about? Because I've been telling you that. A lot of women say they want a God-fearing man. They don't. Because a God-fearing man ain't going to let you do what you want to do. And it ain't going to be about you. It's going to be about him. And that bothers you. What about me? What about, I remember my talking about, well, why can't the women? What about the women? What about them? What about the prostitutes? Stop prostituting. So they were talking about when he said the prostitutes and the publicans will get in before you. Ain't nobody saying a woman can't be saved, but ain't nobody like, what are you talking about? Why are you trying to fit yourself in somewhere where you don't fit? You know what I'm talking about? And you know where that come from? Not having no daddy and not being under no male stewardship. So you've been out here in the world floating. So then you get to a particular point where you believe that your man is your partner. and that you should be equal to him and have says with him. That's why people hate Yahuwah, because you ain't got no say with Yahuwah. Can you make a request to Yahuwah? Sure, we seen that. Abraham made one, didn't it? There's a couple people had a conversation with him, but look how they came at him. Hey, man, I know you just and righteous now. You know what I'm talking about? They were beseeching him according to the multitude of his mercies and the righteousness that he inhabits. You know what I'm talking about? You got people, they want to be able to dictate to Yahuwah what he gonna do. That's why people like to mix and mess stuff. Talking about there was a mother God. Ain't no mother God. This man ain't got no wife. Wisdom ain't no woman. They want everything to be a woman because they feel like if they do that, that gets them included in some type of power that they don't have, which in reality is showing you that it upsets a lot of women in society that the power that they have, they got to get it from a man. So they want to be able to have some power where the man is excluded, which is really an underlying thing that they want to have some power and Yahuwah is excluded. You know what I'm saying? I'm on equal setting with him. Got big grown nigga talking about Mother Earth. Everybody know Mother Earth is the name for Gaia. This is a deity. I don't say no damn Mother Nature, no Mother Earth, no nothing. Ain't no mother in control of nothing. Yahuwah in control of that. A lot of people violate Isaiah 42:8. Boy, they give his esteem unto another. Read it for him, man, because Yahuwah wasn't playing about that. Now you cramped up, boy? Isaiah 42:8.
I, Yahuwah, that my name and my esteem will I not give to another, neither
my praise
to graven images.
That man ain't giving his esteem to nobody else. But that's where your JC come at, because that is JC, you jackass. You know what I'm talking about? But that's neither here nor there. That man ain't giving his praise to nobody else. It'll help you get it out, though. Or really got to massage it out. Yeah, you got to massage that out, man. Well, I got me this whole flex strap. We're going to see how it works, man. I done used it twice. Shit, you laughing, nigga. That junk for stretching. Straight up. Nigga, my chiropractor told me my low back pain is because I got tight hamstrings. That's what it goes. But not all jokes aside, look at this, right? Because that's what the product is called. As I posted the other day, you know what I'm talking about? You just put that junk on your foot. You know what I'm saying? It's got a damn thing, and you just pull that whole man. You know what I'm talking about? You pull it like you pull your wanker. You pull the top, pull the top whacker. You know what I'm talking about? Pull, no. You know what I'm saying? Nah, because what it is like, you know, Bruce when it got lower back surgery, he ain't been right since. Like, well, once some people cut in your back, well, you're done. You know what I'm talking about? You're done. You know what I'm saying? But your spinal erector, look at the erector, you got damn, you niggas went to biology class, didn't you? Well, your lower back. No, that's not just your lower back. It's the bone is called your spinal erector. You know what I'm talking about? That's why when you do deadlifts wrong and your form get bad, that's what give out. That's where the pain coming at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. yeah, man. I can't give you no part. This is real information. I'm trying to help you out so you don't have no lower back pain. You know what I'm saying? Because you know my spine is compressed. From years of deadlifting, man, I tore my back up. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, what's crazy is, boy, hey man, that dog gonna jump when them bones get out of whack, and your vertebrae chain, that junk go to squeezing on the doggone discs, and that junk push up against that sciatic nerve, you won't be laughing then. I tell you that. You know what I'm talking about? Damn sure won't be laughing then. You be like this here, you'll be crying. Yeah, your hamstrings are the biceps of the back of these right here. Meaning that muscles when you lifting weights, right? They tell you do something to get a good stretch. You know what I'm saying? Some people tell you stretch before you lift and stretch after. Most niggas who lift for real don't stretch at all. You know what I'm talking about? Now, also, if you lift, they'll tell you it's 2 things you should do regularly, which is get a massage and see the chiropractor. You know what I'm talking about? 4th is an adjustment in your spine. Like I was saying when King was laying there, the reason why I said that, because when I went to the chiropractor with her, the lady was showing like how they pull babies out the womb sometimes, so that junk mess their whole spine up sometimes, how they just be jerking on the baby's necks. You know what I'm saying? And the baby might have to come get an adjustment. Or the way that kids lay down with electronics and that junk throw off your spine, because your spine's supposed to have curvature. The way that we sit, the way that we live, it throw off your spine. You know what I'm talking about? So sometimes your hips could be lopsided. You know what I'm talking about? And it leads to imbalances. Like when I went to the chiropractor, they told me, man, you have one leg longer than the other. And when we balance this out, you might be 2 inches taller. Oh, it's amazing. It is fantastic.
I was having like pain in my back, like real bad pain in my spine. My sister had showed me what to do, and it stopped for a while. But my sister was saying once she goes to the chiropractor, you need to keep going.
I mean, what it is when you go, they're gonna do an assessment and they're gonna tell you, hey, this is how long you may need to do this. Because I had active rehab with the adjustments. You know what I'm saying? And during the active rehab, that's when they told me is that I was quad dominant. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that because I squatted a lot, I did hamstring work, but I probably did more quad work than hamstring work, which causes an imbalance, which causes muscle tightness, and then the tightness in the hamstrings, because the hamstrings is part of the posterior chain, which is a part of your spina erecta. And then when that junk push on that sciatic nerve, you remember you see me squat all the time? Because that pain would shoot down from my lower back all the way to my calves. You know what I'm talking about? And that junk was extremely painful. You know what I'm talking about? Because the disc in my back is pushing on the nerve. You know what I'm saying? So when they told me that, I seen the doggone thing, man. You stretch that junk out. If the muscle be able to relax and it's not putting the imbalance and the pressure on it, then it take pressure off the disc, which can get it off the nerve. And then the back pain go away. Yeah, y'all should say one leg of his a little bit long. Y'all walk with a limp. I didn't even know that. That lady said because my hips was imbalanced. That's what they said with her. Like one hip was here, one hip was there. You know what I'm talking about? But then she was like, yeah, one leg longer than the other. That nigga could tell how much water I had done drank when they came and gave me an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? It gets you right, man. And bury anything like this. Yeah, you go. It's not something like, I mean, you don't necessarily have to go. They're going to give you a recommendation. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? To avoid surgery. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Look at it. She seen the other day, she said she's an advocate for chiropractors now. Yeah, she only deal with women who got babies. They don't do everybody. Them niggas busters. Come on, man. Now, I was going to the spot in Fleming Island. But see, I want to go to that one where it's a dude I look at, man, Bohai Tower. He got a hammer. You know what I'm talking about? And then they got one with, see, I need the hammer. You know what I'm talking about? You can say what you want to say till you actually see it. They put a nail right there, man. Because I'm telling you, they get in there with them nerves like this, man. If your shoulder's out of whack, like they're talking serious, man. These niggas cracking jokes. I'm being serious. I don't give a damn about that Paul right now. I'm trying to give you some information. You know what I'm talking about? To relieve some pain. Then they got one where they can like this thing, like this one in Dallas. He got it copyrighted. They put some type of like strap up under your chin and yank your doggone neck. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm talking about, man. Look here, man.
So the nail they put in your.
No, what it is it's just a correction. Because a lot of times, man, you could have a shoulder out of joint, especially if you lift weights. You might have a dominant arm, a dominant leg. You know what I'm talking about? You could have injuries, all type of stuff. All type of stuff could be out of whack. Because guess what? How you lay in the bed, how you lay to watch TV, how you're sitting at a desk, your whole body out of whack.
Most of the time, they come like prior to this, they see that too, and then they do that. They're like not on here and stuff.
Yeah, junk, all that junk out of whack.
They call them adhesion, like the fashion.
Yeah, then you find out, man, you got muscle tightness everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Most people muscles probably tight as a doggone virgin out this hole. Yeah, I'm talking about everything. You walk different. He said, I'm breathing different, eh? Walking different. Everything changed. If you got a good chiropractor, if your chiropractor trash, then you'll be like, damn, I don't feel different. But I was like, dang, I'm gonna come in here 5'10" and leave 6 feet tall. That's amazing. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that lady told me, man, one leg was longer than the other. She said, man, when you get finished, you'll probably be 2 inches taller. Then a lot of times, man, when your spine messed up, man, your posture ain't even right. You ain't even standing up straight. You know what I'm talking about? So then you might be an inch or two taller from that just by having, because see, as a man, a lot of your doggone pain come from this because you walked over with hunched shoulders. Your shoulders as a man supposed to be rolled back. You know what I'm saying? So your chest is out. Oh, dips is a it's an absolutely grade A upper body exercise. I recommend it. I've been doing it. I never stop doing it. I do them all the time. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do face pulls, stuff like that. Because a man, your shoulder's supposed to be back. It's gonna help you stand up taller. It's gonna keep your spine straight. You know what I'm saying? Reverse flies, pec deck. You know what I'm saying? All that there, man. Got to work all that there, man. Yeah, it's gonna help your posture. Stand up straight. Because when you do too much pushing, that junk gonna overwork the shoulders. Is gonna cause you to hunch in. You know what I'm talking about? So for as much chest work you do, you got to do probably twice as much back work to balance that out, so you don't have an imbalance. So you're not walking hunched over. Because as a man, you walking hunched over, you look like a coward. Man's supposed to be walking shoulders back, chest out. Man, look like, you know what I'm saying? I knock a nigga out, even if you ain't gonna hurt nobody. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Jeremiah 32. I know some nigga. I want some word. I'll give you other information too, nigga. Give a damn. Hey, man. I'm gonna tell you what I know, boy. I've been in pain with that back jump for a long time. I hurt my back for real in 2016. And had been walking around with that pain for 6 years. Nigga, that junk is horrible. Yeah, man. That junk ain't no joke, man. You gotta take care of your body. You know what I'm saying? I said, I believe in the chiropractor and I believe in my bioherbal chemist. That nigga serious. That nigga the real deal. You know what I'm talking about? Definitely if y'all, that thing, you get in there, I guarantee that nigga gonna give you some information if you take his class. Yeah. That's what he's been focusing more on, is doing classes about stuff and not giving that information to the general public, getting to people who actually want it. He felt like the general public didn't respect the information, so he just wanted to do classes. And obviously, if you paid for it, that means you want. It's not like he taxed. It's not like $50. Because for him, it's about getting the information out there, not the money. Because bro was putting out information for years for free, and people wasn't respecting the information. Go ahead, bro.
It said, behold, Hanamel, the son of Shalom, your uncle, shall come unto you, saying, buy you my field that is in Anathoth, for the right of redemption is yours to buy. Mm-hmm. So Hanamel, my uncle's son, came to me in the court of the prison, according to the word of Yahuwah, and said unto me, buy my field, I pray you, that is in Anathoth, which is in the country of Benjamin.
So I want you to buy the field of prayers in the land of the son of my right hand.
Mm. For the right of inheritance, yours, and the redemption, yours. Buy for yourself. Man. Then I knew that this is the word of Yahuwah.
Tell him what Hanamel name means, if we hadn't looked at it already.
That is, Alahym is gracious.
Alahym is gracious. He telling him in the field of prayers, in the son of my right hand, buy that from Alahym is gracious. Now let's go look at John 3 and 14. See, all that go into that Daniel 9 and 24, the redemption price. He telling him to buy this field so you can plant these tabernacles, man.
And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever believe in him should not perish, but have eternal life.
That's right.
For Alahym so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son.
He so loved the world, he did what?
Gave his only begotten son.
He did what?
Gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believe in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
Now I want you to come back to Jeremiah 32 and read verse 9. I'm glad, praise you. I'm glad we went on around, because see, the one with Abraham was going to be too easy. And then the one with Mordecai would have been, this, that, then the third. But this one is better. We ain't talked about it in a while, so it's better. I just got a KJV, bro, reading out of, I don't know what translation he got on there. On the Blue Letter Bible app, but
It could. I know some people probably get confused.
We substitute words though, just because we know what some words is.
And
so.
italicized stuff.
And then the stuff that's italicized, we just don't read it because it's not there. So, now brother here was just asking what Bible we read.
Oh yeah.
Come on with it, bro.
And I bought the field of Hanamel, my uncle's son, that was in Anathoth, and weighed him the money, 17 shekels of silver. And I subscribed the evidence and sealed and took witnesses.
He did what with the evidence?
Subscribed the evidence.
He did what with it?
Subscribed the evidence.
And he took what?
And sealed and took witnesses.
And did what with the money?
Weighed the money in the balance.
Tell him what subscribe means, man. You know what subscribe means? You subscribe to my channel?
Kathab, to write, record, to enroll.
That's the right. Tell him what evidence is.
The fur, that's the book.
So he wrote the evidence in the book. Now I'm gonna get to something in a minute. Like I said, we ain't talked about this in a while.
Bill, book, evidence, a letter, a register, a scroll.
Tell him what sealed mean, man. Hold on 1 second, bro.
Katham, to
seal. To seal, to affix. You know what I'm talking about? Now, brothers ask, what do you think about people trying to change the word? Countries like China. Shoot, they can't change it. They could try to. What it is it's not necessarily that they changing it, is that they translating or transliterating it to put in words to kind of change up what the actual original conveyance is. You know what I'm saying? So it's always best, if possible, to know the language. You know what I'm talking about? That's when you go to, because, you know, they play them type of games, man. You know what I'm saying? Change up meaning of words here and there, throw things off. But one thing they can't throw off is the Ruach HaKodesh. That's what they can't do. Because they ain't got no authority, power, or ability to do that. You know what I'm talking about? So, I want you to go to John 17:1, man. Look at them. They all in there asleep. Now you got rice in your belly. Look at you. Look at you, Joy. Look at you. Trying to go to sleep. I'm not. You damn sure wasn't trying to go to sleep the other night. Somebody in my bed. Somebody in my bed. I'm going to go to sleep with them in my bed. Shoot, I would have got in the bed and laid right on top of that nigga. I bet he got up out of that end. And I'd have made sure I farted. You found that funny, huh? Farts so humorous to you, aren't you? Say what? You don't fart. I know you do. You a nasty little boy. Who farted in your bed?
I don't know.
Well, how you know somebody farted in your bed?
It was like.
So if you heard it, then how you don't know who did it? Well, how many people was in your bed, baby? There were 2 people in your bed. Who was in your bed? Well, then you know who did it.
No, I don't. I think that was my ear. No. Once comes
You act like you ain't never laid in your bed and farted.
I always do that.
He was, and I let him go ahead and have it because he wanted to share that. Come on, man.
That these words spake Yahushua and lifted up his eyes to Shamahim and said, Abba, the hour is come, esteem your son, that your son also may esteem you. As you have given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as you have given him. And this is life eternal, that they may know you, the only true Alahym, Yahushua Mashiach, whom you have sent. I have esteemed you on the earth. I have finished the work which you gave me to do. And now, Abba, esteem you me with your own self, with the esteem which I had with you before the world was.
Now, in this John 17, what are some of the things that he prayed for? Because he said he wanted him to redeem the field of prayers. He prayed for us to be one. He prayed for him to dwell in us, perfect in one. You know what I'm saying? Dwell in me to dwell in them as I dwell in you. He prayed to sanctify them with the truth, because your word is true. And he sanctified himself by the truth, that they might be sanctified by the truth. So I mentioned all that because he said right here that he bought the field and he subscribed the evidence. So let's look at the first place of subscribing the evidence that he paid for this field. Let's go to Isaiah 49 and 10. That boy be crying like he an old man. Oh, James done fell out the bed again. Isaiah 49 and 10. Tell me what that says.
They shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor sun
Oh, back
smite
me up
them.
then. I'm thinking about something else. My apologies. Isaiah 49 and 5.
And now saith Yahuwah that formed me from the womb, his servant, to bring Jacob to him. Though Yasharal be not gathered, yet shall I be esteemed in the eyes of Yahuwah, and my Alahym shall be my strength.
That's what happened with Yahushua. Guess what? A lot of people think Israel gonna say Israel. You know, some people say Israel is the suffering servant. Isaiah 53. A sinner can't offer herself for a sinner. And if you think that, you don't know the law well enough. A sinner can't redeem a sinner. A criminal can bail out a criminal out of jail, but a sinner can't redeem a sinner out of hell. I can tell you that right now. You know what I'm talking about? That's not gonna happen. Go ahead.
And he said, it is a light thing that you should be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob, to restore the preserved of the Yasharal. I will also give you for a light to the Gentiles, that you may be my salvation unto the end of the earth.
Go ahead.
Thus saith Yahuwah, the Redeemer of Yasharal, his Kadash one, to whom man despised, to him whom the nation abhor, to a servant of rulers, king shall see and arise. Princes also shall worship because of Yahuwah that is faithful. The Kadash one of Yasharal, he shall choose you. Thus saith Yahuwah, in an acceptable time have I heard you, and in a day of salvation have I helped you. And I will preserve you and give you for a covenant of the people, to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages. That you may say to the prisoners, go forth to them that are in darkness, show yourselves, they shall feed in the ways, in their pasture, and all high places.
That's good. Go to verse 13.
Sing, O Shamahim, be joyful, O earth, and break forth in the singing. O mountains, for Yahuwah have comforted his people, and will have mercy upon his afflicted. But Zion said, Yahuwah have forsaken me.
Yahuwah's what?
Forsaken me.
He's done what?
Forsaken me.
What else?
And Yahuwah have forgotten me.
He forgot.
Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb?
What else?
Yea, they may forget, yet will I not forget you.
I ain't forgot.
Behold, I have graven you upon the palms of hands, the walls continually before me.
He said he graved you where?
Upon the palm of hand.
Tell him what the word graven is. Let's see if it's the same word for subscribe.
To cut off, to decree, to inscribe, to set, to engrave, to portray.
To engrave. So let's go to John chapter 20. Verse 28.
And Thomas answered and said unto him, my master, my Alahym. Yahushua said unto him, Thomas, because you have seen me, you have believed.
I got you too low. 24.
But Thomas, one of the 12 called Didymus, was not with them when Yahushua came. The other disciples therefore said unto him, we have seen the Lord. But he said unto them, except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and thrust my hand into his side, I will not believe.
Remember when he said, when I seen you, it was a time of love, and he entered into a covenant with you, didn't he? Go ahead, man.
And after 8 days, again, his disciples were with him, and Thomas with them. Came Yahushua, the doors being shut.
That's right.
And stood in the midst and said, Shalom unto you. Then said he to Thomas, reach here your finger. Behold my hands. Reach here your hand. Thrust into my side.
Remember what he said in Luke 24? What he said he showed him? His hands and his what? His feet. He showed him the evidence. Because he said the evidence was written in the scroll. Well, he the book of Yahuwah. Because he the what? He the word. Now listen to the key thing in Jeremiah 32 also. He said he subscribed the evidence and sealed it and took what? Witnesses. What you looking right there? What he doing? You know, you got in Isaiah 43, right? He said, you are my witnesses, right? Get it. Isaiah 43 and 10, man. What was Peter them doing on Pentecost? What were they doing? You got to understand something. Every preacher is a witness. Remember, he said, man, in 1 John chapter 5, right? He said the witness of Alahym is greater than men. You know what I'm talking about? Matter of fact, we'll get him in a second. I got to hurry and get off here because it's almost 10 o'clock. I ain't trying to go too long. Go ahead.
Say, you, my witnesses, saith Yahuwah, and my servant whom I have chosen, that you may know and believe me, and understand that he, before me there was no Alahym formed, neither shall there be after me. I, even I, Yahuwah, and beside me no Savior. I have declared and have saved and have shown, with no strange among you. Therefore, you, my witnesses, saith Yahuwah.
You, my what?
My witnesses,
come on,
saith Yahuwah, that I, Alahym, Yea, before the day, he, and none that can deliver out of my hand, I will work, and who shall let it? Thus saith Yahuwah, your Redeemer, the Kadash one of Yasharal, for your sake I have sent to Babylon, and have brought down all their nobles.
That's good. Give me John 3 and 27. After that, 1 John 5 and 8.
So John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except to be given him from Shamayim. You yourselves bear me witness that I said I am not a Mashiach, but that I am sent before him. He that hath the bride is the bridegroom, but the friend of the bridegroom, which stand and hear him, rejoice greatly because of the bridegroom's voice.
That's right.
This my joy therefore is fulfilled. He must increase, but I decrease.
That's right.
He that come from above is above all. He that is of the earth is earthly, and speak of the earth. He that come from Shamayim is above all. And what he have seen and heard, that he testify, and no man receive his testimony. He that have received the testimony have set to a seal
that what?
Alahym is true. For he who Alahym has sent speak the words of Alahym.
Speak the words of Alahym.
For Alahym give not the Ruach by measure. The Abba loved the Son, and have given all things into his hand.
That's right.
He that believe on the Son have everlasting life.
He that don't believe.
He that believe not the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of Alahym abide on him.
You're going to hell. See, a lot of people think that, oh man, you ain't got to believe on Jake. If you don't believe on the Son of God, that means you believe the Father's alive. I mean, you don't believe the word in totality. Because you think it's about the man and it's about the word. You know what I'm talking about? You don't believe him. You think he lying to you. That's why they're going to be around here worshiping the beast, man. And I hope the beast ask these niggas to do some strange things for some change for their unbelief. I ain't being funny. You know what I'm saying? I hope this man embarrass and humiliate these men who walk around here claiming they were representatives of Yahuwah and had the word of Yahuwah in their mouth, and now they around here worshiping the devil. I hope that he asked them to do some very weird things. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's what they deserve to happen to them for their unbelief and hypocrisy for an extended period of time. That ain't no joke. They deserve that. Now, of course, I don't think this man, when I say strange thing, I ain't talking about homosexual activity. I'm talking about humiliating activity. Because you're going to have to worship the devil. Ain't no telling what this man going to ask you to do. See, that's only that Hollywood stuff where people go to thinking about. Satan himself ain't going to ask nobody to do no sissy stuff. People doing sissy stuff because they sissies. You know what I'm saying? Like people been walking around. If you was Usher, would you wear that dress for 20 million? Due to me, I'll do it. I just put some shorts up under it to maintain my dignity. That's how Satan get you niggas. You niggas do anything for some money. You know what I'm saying? The beast gonna be threatening your life, so that's gonna be a little different type of deal. But niggas do anything for some money. But you do it if money is your barometer for what you will or won't do, you a sucker. You know what I'm talking about? Straight up and down. Because it shouldn't even come in a thought that you'll compromise any type of level of manhood, principles, values that you stand for some money. So you could buy some stuff, nigga. Yeah, that's weird, bro. 1 John 5 and 8.
Saying there are three that bear witness in earth, the Ruach and the water and the blood, and these three agree in one. If we receive the witness of men, the witness of Alahym is greater. But this is the witness.
He said the witness of Alahym is what?
Greater.
Come on with.
But this is the witness of Alahym, which he hath testified of his son. He that believe on the son of Alahym have the witness in himself.
He that believe on the son of Alahym have what?
The witness in himself. He that believe not Alahym have made him a liar, because he believed not the record that Alahym gave of his son. This is the record that Alahym given to us, eternal life.
That's right.
This life is in his son. He that have the son have life, and he that have not the son of Alahym have not life.
See, a lot of people, what this field got to do with all that? It has to deal with the fact that if you bind this field by the kinsman redeemer, see, you got to understand something. You subscribe to evidence. That means the evidence is written in your heart, on the fleshly tables of the heart. And then you took witnesses. Now, of course, heaven and earth would be your witness. You know what I'm talking about? Witness on earth. Yahushua, witness in heaven. Then you turn around with that and you take the money and you weigh the money in the balance. So, of course, you know, get the money by definition. And that's Kasef, if my memory serves me correctly. And Jeremiah 32. Yeah, a preacher would be a watchman and a witness of Yahushua and to warn the people of the sword to not get caught up with it.
Yeah, that's Kasef.
You know what I'm saying? And that's money. So what is the money that he valuing? Remember in Acts what them boys thought they could do with the Ruach. They thought they could pay for it. See, the Ruach HaKadosh, remember what does Issachar mean? Alahym with what? pay me my hire. Well, the Ruach HaKodesh is your payment. You know what I'm talking about? So when he weigh you in the balance, he weigh you got to have a just weight and a just balance. And he say, so I took the evidence of the purchase and both that which was sealed to the law and custom and that which was open. So it's showing you like this here, right? Number one, to show you that we entered into the covenants to do everything. You entered into the covenant to marry somebody. You entered into a covenant to buy land. I don't know where you dudes, and you matter of fact, I don't know where you dudes coming at telling chicks you ain't got to have no covenant, and you got to be a dumb heifer. Your daddy can't be round if you were cool enough to let a nigga marry you and you ain't had no covenant. Like I say, man, I'm not going back and forth with people. If you say you don't want no marriage license, that's your business. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm talking about? But if you ain't got no covenant at all, use a sucker. That nigga just gamed you. That's not the way of the Yahudim. That's not the way Yahuwah said it. Everything Yahuwah said it was a covenant between both parties and witnesses who would bear witness to the agreement between said parties. You know what I'm talking about? You can't talk about heaven and earth your witness. You going to hell then. Now you saying God's your witness. So that means God's your witness to what? Because what are y'all agreeing to? Don't be going for that jump, man. Niggas be saying stuff. They be making stuff up out their butt. You know what I'm talking about? But the Ruach HaKodesh is the evidence of the purchase. It's not the book say you were bought with a price. Don't know what it say in Corinthians. And then he say, honor your body in the Ruach HaKodesh, which he get it for him, man. 1 Corinthians 6 and 15. It's time for you to go, son. To go.
Know you not that your bodies are the members of Mashiach? Shall I then take the members of Mashiach and make the members of a harlot?
God forbid.
What? Know you not that he which is joined to a harlot is one body?
One body.
For two saith he shall be one flesh.
Whatever.
But he that is joined unto the Lord is one ruach.
That's right.
Flee fornication. Every sin that a man do is without the body. But he that commit fornication sin against his own body.
Now you think about that when you look at fornication, right? And people just think about people having sex as not being married. But boy, that's homosexual sex. That's sex with animals. That's sex with siblings. That's sex with family members. That's running a train. That's having sex with two sisters, because that man told you not to have sex with two sisters. You know how many people got a sin on their head because they had sex with two sisters? That man said, don't do no junk like that. It's a multitude of things in there, man. Go ahead.
And say, what? Know you not that your body is the temple of the Ruach HaKodesh in you, which you have of Alahym, and you are not your own.
You are not
For
your
you
own.
are bought with a price.
Bought with a price.
Therefore, esteem Alahym in your body, and in your Ruach, which are Alahym.
So that the Ruach is evidence that he paid for you. You know what I'm talking about? The word written on your heart is the subscribed evidence, and then the seal. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's how that works. So when you see Yahushua come through, he fulfilled that because he paid for that field in order to redeem it. It's the field of prayers, or the prayers of the saints, like I say, and what's the name? But we closed in on 10 o'clock, man. We don't keep on rolling. Y'all willing, we'll just pick up from the 32 on the mark. You know what I'm saying? So hallelujah for Yahushua in the word. I appreciate y'all time today. We had a little double duty, man. Got about 4 hours worth in. God bless y'all out the house of Alahym in the name of Yahushua. Love y'all. Y'all willing, man. We'll be back tomorrow at 7:30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we'll go live with it again, and y'all willing, we'll pick that up. You know, but just keep the part with the uncle in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because that dealing with the beloved, which we started in Matthew 17, but we ain't finished it on out. And then also when you're dealing with the beloved, that's how this man looked at his wife. You know what I'm talking about? Which is us. Which will take us back to what we were talking about with them tabernacles and the marriage supper of the Lamb and everything that go with that. But Yahuwah willing, man, we'll be back on tomorrow with it, man. We got tomorrow night at 7:30, Monday night at 7:30, Tuesday night at 8:30, and that'll be the conclusion. You know what I'm talking about? So y'all willing, man. And then of course we're there in the shoe. Really, I can't even say that. It won't be for the feast, but we're gonna be live Wednesday also. So there's that. You know what I'm talking about for regular Wednesday. So don't think, oh, the feast over with, so we're gonna take Wednesday off now. We'll be here Wednesday too. You know what I'm talking about? So there's that. So y'all willing till that time. It'll be 7:30.